This is the story of a revolution, a struggle for freedom that will change the course of history. Algeria, 1954, a land of breathtaking beauty where the Mediterranean meets the Sahara, a land of contrast, where the omnipotence of French colonial rule stood in stark contrast to the poverty and oppression of the native Algerian population. For over a century, Algeria was not just a colony, it was considered an integral part of France. But this was a lie. The Pieds Noirs, or European settlers, lived in comfort and privilege, while the Arab and Berber native populations were treated as second-class citizens. They were denied basic rights, forced into back-breaking labor, and subjected to humiliating discrimination. On May 8, 1945, as Europe celebrated the end of World War II, Algerians took to the streets of Sétif, demanding for freedom and equality. The response was swift and brutal. French soldiers opened fire on the unarmed crowd, sparking days of violence that left tens of thousands dead. The Sétif massacre was a turning point, a spark that would ignite the flames of revolution. On November 1st, 1954, the National Liberation Front, or FLN, declared war on France. Their goal was clear: independence. The FLN was a clandestine organization operating in the mountains and alleys of Algiers. They were outgunned and outnumbered, but they had something the French could never understand: an unshakable belief in their cause. French responded with overwhelming force. Young conscripts, many of whom had never set foot in Algeria, were sent to fight in a war they did not understand. They were unprepared for the harsh realities of a conflict that would test their humanity. The war was brutal. The French military employed torture, mass arrests, and indiscriminate violence to suppress the rebellion. Torture became a systematic tool of war. The French soldiers, often young and inexperienced, were ordered to break the enemy. Many were traumatized by what they witnessed and what they were forced to do. The Algerian Revolution was not just a local conflict, it was a global event. The FLN skillfully leveraged international diplomacy, gaining support from newly independent nations, including many eastern states, along with sympathetic voices in France. Egypt's Gamal Abdel Nasser became a key ally, providing the FLN with arms and a platform through the Voice of Arabs radio. The FLN's diplomatic efforts turned Algeria's struggle into a symbol of anti-colonial resistance worldwide. The Battle of Algiers in 1957 became a defining moment. The FLN launched a campaign of urban guerrilla warfare, while the French responded with ruthless counterinsurgency tactics. The human cost was devastating. Despite their military superiority, the French could not quell the uprising. The FLN's resistance and the growing international pressure forced France to reconsider its position. On 5th July 1962, Algeria finally gained its independence. Joy of freedom was tempered by the scars of war. Over 1 million Algerians had died, and nearly 1 million Pieds Noirs fled the country. Ahmed Ben Bella became Algeria's first president, but the revolution's ideals were soon tested. Internal divisions and challenges of building a new nation led to years of political instability. Yet, Algerian struggle inspired liberation movements across Africa and the world. The Algerian Revolution was a watershed moment in history. It exposed the brutality of colonialism and demonstrated the power of a collective resistance. Today, Algeria stands as a testament to the resilience of its people and their unwavering pursuit of freedom. The Algerian Revolution changed the world for the better. It reminds us that the fight for justice and dignity is never in vain.